with Kate Black Photography here, and I am talking to you today about how to create a no-cost marketing campaign that converts creative content into clients. So a little bit about me. I am an architectural photographer here in the greater Austin area. So I work with custom home builders, remodelers, interior designers, architects, and custom architectural vendors as well. I do service the Texas area. You may have seen some of my work in Lux Magazine, Austin Home, or Tribisa. I have been in business 11 years, 7 years here in Austin, and my background is in an education is in photography with a specialty in digital advertising. So I'm in the creative content process. I'm always thinking about the digital space that my clients' imagery will be used and really capturing with those end goals in mind. So I am a member of NARI and past board member in 2019. So a special thank you to NARI for asking me to host today. And founder of the Design and Build for the Cause golf tournament, charity golf tournament, the last 3 years running. So, some of us have been able to resume business operations during this COVID-19 season, but many of us have not. So, the big question for a lot of us business owners and leaders is what is one of the best uses of the extra time in our business during COVID-19? Time is money. So if you think about it, a lot of us just got a huge temporary pay increase. We have a lot of extra time right now. So where do we focus it? I'm advising all my clients really focus right now on your marketing. So that's repurpose your creative content, and I'm going to dive into that here in a minute. Create digital marketing campaigns and design marketing materials for those campaigns. So a lot of times marketing can fall on the back burner and we just don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. And right now we have a lot of extra time in our business for most of us. And so we're able to focus those things that fall to the back burner and bring them top of mind right now and strategically plan for the rest of the year potentially in making sure all of our marketing campaigns are pre-planned and streamlined and really powerful, impactful for our business. So this can be a zero-cost way to leverage the extra time in your business right now and keep you top of mind so once business resumes, you can hit the ground running with sales. So let's take a look at repurposing the creative content that you already have. Now, with the shelter in place ordinance that a lot of us are on, we're not able to conduct photo shoots and go into people's homes right now. So we have to find creative ways to leverage the photo content we already have. So here are 3 great ways to do this. One is to reuse images you haven't posted in a while. So maybe there are past projects years ago that are still really relevant to your brand and to what you do that haven't been posted in a long time. Maybe they've only been posted to your website and now you can share them to your social platforms like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, a blog post, things like that, an email blast. Second is to use different or additional crop options to pull out new vignette detail images within a wide shot. So I'm going to show you an example of that here in the next slide. And then 3, to get additional images from past projects. So ask your photographer if you can get a discount on outtakes from previous projects that you've already shot but haven't selected. So maybe your photographer captured 30 to 40 images on the last project that you worked on and you purchased 15 of them. Well, you have a whole slew of outtakes that are still available to you that you can go back in and essentially generate new creative content without having to do a photo shoot for your marketing and branding right now. So I do want to make a note that any CBP clients out there, outtakes from previous shoots are available at a half rate now through the end of May. So here's the additional crop option that I was talking about. So here's a wide shot example. Here's a project I did in the past. I'm going to show you 5 different crop options that you can pull out of this one shot to recycle the same image and get 5 completely different looks. So here is image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4, and image 5. So all these images look really different and showcase different parts of the design in a way that allows you to repurpose the image and turn one poster share into 5. Now, I love the Stephen Covey quote, begin with the end in mind. So your creative content should always feed right into one or more of these 3 results. So let's look at these 3 places that you can showcase your work. You can showcase your online portfolio to display the quality of your designs, industry award submissions to add credibility, and publications to increase exposure. So my clients are usually coming to me because they want high quality creative content, aka imagery, so they can leverage 1 to 3 of these platforms and get proper exposure. So you want to meet your potential clients where they already are. Where are your clients? Right now, people are on social media at an all-time high because a lot of us are at home and have time. So that's a really great place to meet your clients where they are right now in this season. And the caveat of the custom build and design world is if you never showcase your work, people never get to see it. So in the um, spec world, people can walk into a model home. They can see the layout and the quality of your work. In the custom world, you're building for a particular homeowner. So it's a private residence where your future potential clients and homeowners never get to step into or see. So my job as a photographer is really to capture that emotion from a 2-dimensional photograph that this person would feel if they were to actually walk into the space themselves. And it's just so important that we really capture their interest in both what you show and where you showcase it to really win that client. So let's look at 2 different types of content, because creative content doesn't automatically work for you. So for this particular exercise, I'm going to talk about 2 different creative content types based on images. So there's passive content versus active content. Passive content gets posted once to your website typically and isn't used again. Active content is content that is created for the purpose of a marketing campaign and is continually working you towards your goals. So, how do you want your content to work for you? Do you want your content to generate clicks, to capture email addresses, increase traffic and follows, win an industry award, open opportunities with magazines? These are all things to talk about and think about up front. So oftentimes when we photograph a project, and then we try to find ways to showcase it and promote it, I want us to start thinking about how and where we will feature a project first, and then discuss with your photographer how to capture those specific platforms in mind. So are there before and afters that you want to match compositions for on a social media post? Keep in mind, we do have an email blast going out this month here in April, how to leverage Instagram for the design and build industry. So keep an eye out for that. Are there specific shooting styles that you'd like to be consistent with in the publication you want to be featured in? So lighting and staging, every magazine has its own personality. And if you can capture with those personality features in mind, that can help increase your chance of getting selected for an editorial feature. Or are there guidelines on what to capture for a particular industry award? So say you want to submit a project for a Coady Award and the particular category of whole house requires you to have an image of the master bath, and that was a space that wasn't photographed, and then you left an opportunity on the table. So we always want to make sure that we're capturing for those end goals in mind and never miss anything. So I want to share an example with a client of mine, Remy Steel Windows and Doors, that I worked with on this particular project. They wanted to have mid-construction photos and final photos that you could pan back and forth between on social media. So that's a common thing to do on Instagram, to have a dual image on one post so you can slide back and forth. Great way to use construction and finished photos or before and after photos. So because we had this discussion up front, we made sure to go out midway through the project and capture the exact composition that we were going to want in the final images so they could be matched up exactly. So here's example 1 of that, and here's another example. Construction on the left, final image on the right, set up exactly the same. So now that we've looked at creative content, I want to shift gears and talk about putting your content to work by integrating it into a marketing campaign that you can create right now so your content can go from passive to active. So step one is to create a purpose and a catchy title for your campaign. So create a powerful and engaging title that'll draw in your viewers, draw in your audience. And this title may be used for a Facebook Live, a blog post, or an email blast subject line. Step two, what's in it for them? What will the viewer get, feel, or learn from viewing your campaign? Is the result they can expect after engaging? Step three, set a goal for the campaign. How are you expecting this campaign to work you towards your goals? You want to be sure to create a call to action that will direct your audience somewhere, maybe to your website or Launchpad or an email list. Step four, campaign budget. You want to set your budget and looking at two different things. Will you leverage free platforms like your blog, website, or social media? Or invest in paid spaces like advertorials, boosted social posts, and industry award submissions, Right now with the COVID-19 season, I'm suggesting to stick to your free options as we're closely monitoring our business overhead costs, but there are great paid options out there once all of this has passed. Step five, choose your marketing platforms. So we just looked at the paid versions versus free. Now let's list out the specific platforms that we're going to utilize. Step six, set a launch date and duration. I love to run a full marketing campaign for a month, but then I'll also do little mini campaigns that last 3 to 5 days. So it's really up to you how long you want it to run. The longer the campaign, the more marketing material you want to make. So you want to set those dates so you can stick to them. Step seven, find collaboration opportunities. Collaborating with other organizations is a great way to increase your reach and add more value for your audience. So I love being able to bring in a marketing expert like Click & Co that I partnered with here in the March campaign that we did to really bring in more value and application tools and resources to what I'm already putting out there for my clients. Mentions is great too. If there's not an organization that you want to collaborate with, mentioning different associations or people that helped kind of form this campaign for you is also just a great way to bring in other important parties to your campaign. So step 8, publication and posting calendar. For us creatives and visual people, this is a great way to look at your month at a glance and really decide what you're going to post, when you're going to post it, and where you're going to post it. So defining all those things. Step 9, create your marketing material. So this is the big one. You really want to look at how to create optimized marketing material that will work you towards your goals. So looking at what are all the options available to you that you currently use? Are there platforms out there that you'd like to use? Right now is a great time to experiment with one. Try and put a new one in your rotation this year. And then step 10, batch and automate your postings. Creating marketing material is a really heads down focused activity. It can be very difficult to do if you're pulled in different directions and distracted. So I strongly suggest batch making your marketing material. I like to create mine on Mondays when I'm fresh and most well rested and energized at the beginning of the week. I never schedule things on Mondays so I can really focus my time to heads down activities for my business. So batch create your materials, and then what you can automate. So if you can use MailChimp, create your emails, set a time for it to be sent out. If you can use platforms like Later for Instagram to post all your Instagram posts and captions and tags for the month at a time, set it and forget it. So I just want to thank everybody for your time. This is one of the many marketing resources that I'm putting out there during this COVID-19 season. My goal is to get as much and as many free marketing and creative content resources I can out for my clients and colleagues. So if you want to sign up for our email subscription list, I'm sending things out weekly right now. Typically it's monthly, but right now I am sending things out weekly. That includes things like free downloads, workbooks, photo shoot checklists, creative content trackers, promos, and more. You can go to see all the past things that have been sent out at kateblackphotography.com/resources. Be sure to follow us on Instagram for daily updates. And if you're interested in learning how to construct your creative content roadmap for the year, I have a 9-page mini workbook that I put together that guides you through exactly how to do this and does include a creative content tracker paired with it that you can actively use for your business. So I want to thank everyone for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can email me at kate@kateblackphotography.com, and we'll talk to you soon.